This is Saddam Hussein. For those of you who don't know, he was the 5th president of Iraq, George Bush Jr.'s arch-nemesis, and the 6th ranked most infamous war criminal. And also the inspiration for this video, believe it or not. That's our theme, by the way. War crimes, such as Saddam Hussein's mustard gas, cluster bombs, used most recently in the armed conflict in an unnamed country in Eurasia, currently, landmines that have been used literally since they were created, and after some research, laser pointers that cause blindness are considered a war crime. So, lasers that incinerate whatever they touch would not only be considered a war crime, but would likely get you an executive position at Raytheon. That's the stratagems, though. What kind of small arms could get us on the United Nations naughty list? Well, after thorough research, I learned that shrapnel weaponry can be considered a war crime under unique circumstances. So, in which case, I chose to use the Eruptor, since it is a shrapnel sniper rifle. There wasn't any secondaries that I could consider as such. No, God, please no, I'm not using that piece of shit dagger, please. And then as for our grenades, I decided to use the Incendiary Impact, since napalm itself isn't necessarily considered a war crime unless used on civilian targets indiscriminately. Molotov cocktails are under the same boat. I guess I'll just have to throw them indiscriminately, which I already do. The drip is from the newest war bond, and it just reminds me of a Somali warlord who doesn't even know what Geneva is. With all that out of the way, we begin our journey through the levels. I structure things a little bit differently now. Instead of starting at level 1, I begin us at level 4, and now we alternate between wars, going back and forth between fighting the bots or the bugs. For our first mission, we had to extract some good old black gold, baby. Yeah, buddy, it's only a war crime when you're winning, am I right, fellas? Remember the pyro video? Yeah, the normal mines are no fucking better. Still fun, though. The Eruptor was kinda at first. I really only used it because my secondary, being a secondary, didn't have the ammo capacity to be used as a primary. Incendiary impacts are pretty fucking neato, though, I can't lie. And then, of course, I got tongued, apparently, sliced up twice, and then I left. Other than that ending there, I felt that it was okay. Felt that this build was going to work. Let's take a look at our journey through the bots, shall we? So that's how this is going to be. And actually, other than that freak accident at the very beginning, I finished this mission and only died at exfil from an apparent self-inflicted laser shot wound, according to the authorities, and Pelican being a straight G down to dropship on his way in, but it unironically dropped directly onto my forehead. And then I extracted. Back to the bugs. For this level, I landed on a kill-all mission. Super simple, super easy, right? This was also the instance where I unlocked the new secondary shotgun, a triple-barrel shotgun, mind you. Now, I wouldn't say it's anything special effectively-wise, but let me tell you, this shit right here makes your testicles pulse with the testosterone that it pumps through your body just handling such a weapon. I mean, who doesn't want a triple-barrel sawed-off shotgun, right? I rest my case. Now, I did call down the almighty piss beam, and I did get a 46 kill streak. Then I got chopped up, blown up, chopped up again, blown up again, and then I left. Alrighty, how's the bot run doing? Phew, that shit was rough. I'm sure the bugs will be a lot more calm, right? Yeah, no. This new mission they added is fucking stressful. In case I need to tell you, the Major Order had us liberating 5 Terminid-controlled planets. We have the rest of the week to finish this. And the way we are going to do that is by drilling a hole into the planet itself and penetrating the nurseries within the said planet that house the little baby Terminids and the eggs. And then we're going to drop a nuclear bomb into it. I fucking love this game. Name another game where you can nuke nurseries, okay? That's a trick question, because you can't. Yes, this mission was hard, but just like the madman of Iraq, I kept running away and I kept gassing bugs. I said bugs. Yeah, this shit was hard, and I fought for my life all the way to the end. Chargers really get on my nerves in this build. They're like the ultimate anti-war crime machine. White girls on Instagram wish they had the exaggerated swagger of a Terminated Charger, okay? Back to the bots, and before I make a nuke joke about a certain country that has experienced a nuclear attack twice, I switched to a frozen planet to avoid the temptation of making such jokes, and we just had to blow up a few factories. And this is where I thought I would hit a roadblock, because this is where Arrowhead has decided to implement gunship patrols. But to my surprise, the Eruptor can actually effectively kill gunships with about a mag and some change, depending on the circumstances. So not all hope was lost. I finished the mission, died a few more times, and I met my final end to a forklift. Damn you, Toyota, and your propane fuel. Back to the bugs, though. I blew myself up right off the rip, and this was my first encounter with Shriekers this run. Let me tell you what, son. This little pocket shotty, whew, I felt like a kid playing Duck Hunter on the OG Nintendo again. Oh my lord. Except now I'm a grown man drafted into a war fighting for my life against monsters and horrors beyond my human comprehension. It's a real man's dream, honestly. Before getting killed by a kamikaze Shrieker, though, I said I wouldn't make nuke jokes. I never said anything about the Bonsai Boys, right? Anyway, I died one too many times and failed. Yeah, the Shriekers being war crimes themselves created a mathematical paradox where it cancels war crimes out, and PIM does, or some shit like that. Anyway, that ended our run on fighting the bugs. Let's check the bot run right quick. I lied. We are going to be nuking a planet that has geography and native fauna similar to that of a birthplace of mankind's greatest sin. Hentai. I dropped in and immediately blew myself up because I decided to shoot directly at my feet rather than the clanker directly in front of me. I spent way too much time turning on this SAM site that doesn't even fucking work half the time. But hey, for the XP. Anyway, I found my launch codes. That's weird. It says subscribe on them. Was that good? Did that work? Is that going to convince you? You've already watched this far. I mean, just click the damn button, you know? Help a brother out. After getting beat around the bush like a hiker in crazy country, I managed to shoot the very corner of a dead Strider and blow myself up again. After activating the power generator, I continued my crusade towards the nuke. Say your prayers, Space Japan. There is nothing you can do. The fog is coming. The fog is coming. Anyway, activated another SAM site and then experienced an interesting glitch, where my gun wasn't really my gun, and my hands gained sentience, and it made me think, are we real? Are you real? How will I know? How could I know? Am I schizophrenic? Perhaps. The only true way to prove whether or not we are real or you are real is for you to like this video and leave a comment down below, and then I will like your comment and even heart it or even possibly reply to it if you have questions. That is how we will truly know if we are real sentient beings or not. I swear to God I'm not schizophrenic. I then got counter-war crimed because those jetpack using bastards turn into landmines if not shot directly in the backpack. I finally launched the nuke, and in my attempt to exfil, I muttered out my very, very final breath of my very final life. But mission accomplished. Gentlemen, we finally did it. We have crafted a build that can make it past level 7. I know. Take a picture. Round of applause. We did it. We finally created a thematic build that can actually be plausible in real games. Level 8, here we go. Yeah, I lasted about 3.5 minutes. Which is a long time, right? 3.5 minutes, I mean, that's probably a new record for some of you guys, you know? So, please laugh. Well, that was a lot of fun to make. Overall, I thought it was pretty solid. It was an interesting time, to say the least, trying to think up this build, because originally, like I said, I had that idea of being a Middle Eastern soldier, building it around the RPG, something like that, and then I was like, nah, let me try something else, and then I was like, what if I build it around Saddam Hussein? And then I was like, that's so stupid. that I mean, you're dumb. Like, I thought to myself I was dumb, and then I was like, what if I call it the war criminal build? And then I just did research, and I was like, what is war crimes? What weapons are considered war crimes? Yada yada yada. And I found a big list of them, and I was like, that one doesn't work, that one doesn't work. And then I finally came across, you know, what you've seen in the video, and I was like, you know, that might actually work. That might actually be plausible, might be viable. And turns out it was more viable than I thought it'd be. But it was a hoot. It was a hoot, tell you that. I'm probably on a watch list now, but hey, for the views, you know. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I really appreciate you watching all the way to the end. It really does mean the world to me. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Catch you later.